Good morning, we're back. Yet another week has passed in the great British summer. Yeah, you can see what I can see, I'm sure. We've had a week of awful weather, torrential rain pretty much every day since I was last out. So I've decided I'm going to give it a go. We have got, in fact, it is actually just starting drizzling now, which is a great sign, isn't it? So I've decided to come back down to this little kind of overturned part that I started last week. I only got about half of it done. I'm going to go again and I'm going to see how I get on. As you can probably tell, I've got the heavy duty coat on today, so I'm expecting rain, but I'm hoping that it's only going to be light drizzle as opposed to torrential like last week, so we'll see. I've come back with obviously with the Simplex, my trusty Simplex, but I've changed to the stock coil for good reason actually. So I was on the SP28, the little sniper coil, and that is my go-to coil in all fairness. And I don't know, a few months ago I tried on a freshly churned field with the SP28, and it seemed to struggle finding targets, and that might have been just bad luck, me possibly. But as a result, I thought, you know what a great idea. I'm going to go over with the stock coil now. So theoretically, you know, a little bit more depth to see if it's a bit better at picking up targets, because it was very quiet on here last week, albeit I found the bell and a few nice bits, but I expected more from a freshly churned field. So we're going to see. So I'm going to go on to probably part one, ground balance and all that wonderful jazz, and I'll get you to the first hole as soon as I possibly can. Well, stock coil may or may not been the right decision. We shall find out. That was deep though, so I did find it. It was a long way down, and it's my dear old friend, the 4-holer. So it's a start, very first hole, and about 10 minutes in. See you in a bit. Right, the next one was a 68-69, so it's out of the hole. It was a pretty good signal, which is obviously the kiss of death for a detectorist. Going on to live. Let's see if we can find it. Is it that? Ooh. Well, it's lead. And I think it's got a hole in it. Sorry. Yeah, 68-69, really good signal that. Yeah, I reckon that's some sort of weight. It's too fat, I think, for a spindle whorl. Okay, let's give it a quick clean, see if we can see a little bit more about it. Back in a sec. There we go. It's definitely got a hole all the way through it. It's definitely lead. I think that's pretty old. So yeah, some sort of weight, I presume. Loom weight or something like that. Excellent. That's actually not a million miles away from the Roman stuff, or the Roman brooch I found, which was just in that bit of crop there, kind of over there somewhere. So not a million miles away. So it might be Roman, might be old. Cool. See you on the next one. Well, the rain's definitely arrived, but it is only drizzle at the moment, so we can stand it. The next one's in the 60s, and it looks quite green. Just turned it over. Looks like another party fact to me. That's it to you. I was thinking it might be part of a key, but I'm not so sure now. Quite interesting though, got a nice shape to it. Okay. Well, I'll give it a quick clean. I'm not expecting anything to come up, just going to be a bit of green metal, but it's interesting though. Okay. So the weather forecast was half right. They did give showers, to be fair to them, but they called them light showers. And what I've just had to run off the field from was anything but light. As you can see behind me, the wind's picked up as well. So I'm hoping that it is just a shower that will blow over. It's not cold at all, it's just very wet. I have taken evasive action, if you can just about see. I've got my waterproof trousers on, so I've just put them on. I'm under the tree cover, so I'm reasonably out of the rain. I'm going to have a coffee and a very quick shout out to History Unearthed, Darren. So Darren was the lucky winner of my 200 sub giveaway. And he messaged me at the weekend to say that the book and all the bits had arrived. So you're very welcome, mate. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you enjoy the book and all the bits and bobs. So cheers, and I'll see you in a little while. Right, so we've had a torrid hour, I would suggest is the best phrase. The rain was relentless for a good 45 minutes after I spoke to you, and then, you know, going back over onto that churned field, oh, man, it's just such hard work. Not only is it very uneven, but with all the rain we've had and everything else, it was a proper ankle twister. So long story short, I decided to have a little mooch over to the sheep pasture, which is exactly where I am. You might be able to hear them. There's also a road, so apologies for the sound. But they're over the back there somewhere, staying out of my way. The wind is picking up. Yeah, just thought I'd have an hour over here really, and only just come in here. You can just about see the fence and the house behind there, and I'm here, and we're on a 54-55, so I thought we'd have a look at it together. It's fallen in the hole. It's a bit of lead, isn't it? Yes, it is a bit of lead. I do find quite a bit of lead on this little pasture, so there's obviously stuff been going on here, and we already know, if you watched some of my previous videos, you'll know that there was definitely a dwelling nearby. Well, there's still dwellings nearby, but a very old one that's no longer here. So right, it's still drizzling. At least the rain's backed off. I shan't bother cleaning that now. I think that's just a nondescript bit of lead. So let's move on to the next one. Next one is a little button. I wasn't going to bother showing it to you, but look at that. Nice little gold gilding inside, which I presume would probably been all over it once upon a time. Yes, that's quite pretty. Makes a change. Still got the shank on it as well, by the looks of it. See that? Yeah. Nice little button, that. The sheep, I should also mention, have done a rubbish job at mowing the lawn for me. Still really long, and I think they just live here eating grass all day long, so they're just not doing the job. So I'll be having a word with the boss soon, but then again, he's got quite a big horn, so I might just leave him be. Righto. Right, the next one is very fancy. Wasn't going to bother even filming it because I saw it like that, but covered in mud, if you imagine. I thought, oh, it might be a little bit of a buckle or something, so I was going to chuck it into my little bag, and then I just felt something underneath the mud, so I've just give it a quick wipe and a little spray. I don't know if you can see that, with some silvering coming through and a very ornate kind of bobbly design, and then you turn it over and there's a bit of silvering coming through there as well. So that, I suspect, was a buckle. Yes, I think my first guess was right, but a very, very nice one. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. After all that, I thought it was going to be a bit of scrap, and it's not. Right, I reckon I've got about an hour, and then I'm going to make my way home. The rain is now, or has now stopped, so we're getting there. All right, hopefully see you in another one. Next one for your delight was an absolutely banging signal. First of all, I thought, oh, that's going to be a coin. Then I turned the clod over, and it was facing at me like that, and I thought, hang on, another crotal bell. And then of course, I turned it over and it's a good old fashioned Viking doorknob. Yeah, oh well. You can understand why I dug that one, can't you? All right, not much longer now. Hopefully we'll find something. I need a coin, man. I haven't had a coin all day. So I'm going home now, Simplex. So you better find me a coin on the way. Oh, that got me heart going. Saw that poking out the side. It was very gold, but it's also very foil. Oh well. This might well be the last one of the day. The stock coil's done all right, actually. It's been a reasonably quiet day, but it's been a lot of kind of gaps due to like diving for cover because we've had a lot of showers here. So I've persevered, but I've been here about 4 hours now, and I think that's probably about enough. Getting wet and getting cold now. So anyway, I might well get one or two more in on the way back to the car, but this is, I think, a good as way as any to end a massive bit of lead. It's a really strong signal. It's very deep, as you can probably see. That is, where's my thingy? It's a good, what's that? It's a good 8 inches down that. And it's in that very far corner just there. And it's lead, and it's disc-like. It's kind of lead weight-like, obviously, with a bit of a chunk off the end. I'm going to give that a quick clean, actually, just see what comes up. There you go. Yeah, no discernible markings, I don't think. It's got like an indentation on that side, a la trade weight kind of thing. Yeah, that's interesting. It's blooming heavy. So there's a couple of decent lead finds today, but not a huge amount else, to be honest. Righto, might see you on one or two more. Failing that, I'll see you at the roundup. Right, you can probably hear the wind now, so apologies. The rain's back and the wind's up and I'm on my way. So this is the old Tudor field, which you will have seen on previous videos, obviously in crop. The farmer has mown some of the side, obviously, which wasn't the crop. So I thought I'd just swing up here on my way back to the car. Anyway, I found a disc-shaped thing in the hole. Can you see it? But looks a bit thick for a coin. I think it's probably a bit of lead again, is it? It's a bag seal, I reckon. Possibly not, actually. Okay, let's give it a quick clean. If there's anything there, I'll show you. If not, you'll see it on the roundup. See you in a bit. Well, as I always do, I like to have a little wander through the ladybird field. It's quite long though, but there are there's some patches of shorter stuff. So I thought I'd just have another quick swing on the way back to the car, which is there, just through that cut there. And would you believe, nearly missed it, look. Just in the corner there is a coin-shaped thing or a disc-shaped thing. You're handheld, you're not on the mic or anything, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Is it a button or is it a, ooh, it feels crusty, whatever it is. I think it might be a coin. It might be a coin. Oh, I don't know though. No, now I'm starting to feel it. I think it's a bit more button-like. Oh, nuts. Thought I was gonna crack it. Let's just give it a quick clean in case there's anything on there. See you in a sec. Well, I'm taking the nuts comment back immediately because it wasn't a coin, it was a button. But it's a very, very interesting livery button. Look at that. It's some sort of, I don't know whether it's a wolf's head or a griffin's head or a dragon's head or something with an arrow going through its neck. If you can see that, just about. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's a great find for the end of the day. You don't mind a button when it looks like that, do you? Hopefully that will clean up nice when I get it home. Right, there might be one more bonus piece of footage as I get towards the corner and the car. Failing that, another lovely day. Oh, and by the way, it's still raining, as you can see. See you in a bit. Right, in a massive surprise, I'm actually filming this the evening of the same day I dug it up, which again is very unusual for me, as you'll know. I actually had a good few hours. I think I said on the video, it was just very broken up. I had a few stops where the rain came down a bit too hard, and a few gaps where I was kind of moving in between fields. But nonetheless, I mean, this I think is pretty much the sum total. There was 2 or 3 other, you know, bits of aluminium foil and that kind of stuff. But other than that, this is pretty much it. Down the right here, just general tat really. That's the lovely doorknob that had me going for a little while. This thing I think I filmed. I thought it might be a lead seal, but it was just not heavy enough. And actually, it's just a metallic top of a lid or something like that. So that didn't turn out to be anything. This thing here, not sure if I filmed that. I think that's actually an old spoon. It's kind of half folded over. So that was, I thought that was just cack until I got it home, but no, I think that's a spoon. It's a medieval arrowhead. No, obviously not. It's metallic, it's metal. I thought it might be for a while, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I wouldn't be that lucky. A few buttons, that was the nice kind of gold gilded one. The gold gilding is still there, but in true kind of fashion, as they start to dry out, it's kind of clouded over with the usual kind of gunk. This one here was another button. It's kind of got a glassy type, mother of pearl type top, which is quite interesting. Loads of lead bits. What's that? 7 different bits of lead. This thing here, which I always thought might be a key for a while, but actually I think that's a bit more modern. Some sort of piece of machinery, I guess. And then the 4 kind of finds of the day. This one here, that's kind of got a bit of green, but a bit of silvering to it. I'm presuming it's part of a buckle. I think that would be the obvious thing, but either way, if that had been whole, that would have been a bit of a cracker. This one I love, and I haven't cleaned it up in any way yet. Hopefully that will focus in. There you go. Lovely, isn't it? I'm not sure if it's well, I'm presuming it's a griffin, okay? Because I've been on the Livery Buttons website. I can't find the identical one. So if you happen to know what it is, let me know. I found something very similar, but without the arrow through it. And that was for a family called Wade in Essex. So that would make sense. However, the arrow through it throws me. So I'm going to try and give that a really careful clean, because I absolutely love that. And that was, I think that was the last find, wasn't it? On the ladybird field on the way out. This one here, cool, that weighs a ton. Was obviously some sort, I presume, some sort of trade weight. I don't know whether that was cut off by design or whether that's just been damaged and cut off. But yeah, weighs a ton. And I love my lead finds. So again, no problems with finding things like that. And then last but by no means least is this little bad boy. Now, I haven't had a chance to have a proper look yet, so I'm presuming it's some sort of loom weight. I don't think it's a spindle whorl, because they're normally more coin shaped, aren't they? But yeah, some sort of weight. It's very white, which kind of leads me to believe it's quite old. It was very deep when I found it, and it was very close to where I found my Roman brooch a little while ago. So it might be Roman. If you happen to know your weights, please do let me know, because I'm intrigued. And I will be having a look on the internet, obviously. But yeah, really pleased with that. And then I thought I'd just show you one more thing, which I didn't find today. I actually found it on a couple of videos ago, where Tom and I, treasure hunting with Tom, very kindly invited me down to Norfolk, Cambridge even, to go looking for that wedding ring. I didn't find much. I found that squished box, if you remember rightly. And a few people put on their comments, why don't you give it see if you can strain it up and give it a clean. So I thought I would, and the results actually, after a day of not finding much, that's pretty special, isn't it? That's come up lovely. I'm really pleased with that. It's obviously a matchbox holder, kind of Vesta case. Yeah, really, really happy with that. It's not silver, just to be sure. It's absolutely not silver. But it's a thing of beauty, and it's something now that I will treasure, because I found it with treasure hunting with Tom. So yeah, thought you might like to see that. So that's it from me. Thanks as always for joining me. It's the weather's shocking. Let's hope it improves soon.
In the meantime, stay cool, and I'll see you on the very next one. Take care.